Hey guys, I hope everyone is doing okay. So as I'm recording this, there's exactly 4 days until the big Halloween update is released inside of Dress to Impress, and inside of that update, we are expected to receive a plethora of in-game currency items, new game passes, and just so much more. Now, considering this update is getting closer day by day, I thought I will show you guys the things that I personally like to do inside of Dress to Impress to farm my in-game currency, but I also want to give you guys some recommendations on what you should personally be doing to get ready for this update, because you guys, we've been teased for so long and we know that's going to be a massive update, and what's worse than having an update being released and you not being ready for it and not being able to afford anything that came out. So with that said, I would highly recommend watching this video till the very end so that your future self is thankful. Okay, so the first thing I would highly recommend doing is saving your Robux if you are able to. So if you have been keeping up with my sneak peek videos, then it's very likely that you know that we're expected to get 2 new game passes, which is the 2x money, which will basically give you double the money that you pick up on the floor, plus 6 item limit, which basically increases your item limit to 24 items, and also the ability to add 1 minute to the timer. And if you believe that these game passes are going to be something that you find beneficial, then I would highly recommend saving your Robux and not changing your Roblox outfit for the 5th time this week. However, if you have enough Robux but you're not too sure which game pass to buy, honestly, I would just recommend saving up a little bit more and buying VIP instead if you don't have it already. It has been mentioned so many times, you guys, that in this Halloween update, VIPs are gonna be fed and we're gonna be getting so many items, so maybe it'll be so much better if you get VIP instead, because also at the end of the day, you guys, you will have access to more items in the game. So moving on, you guys, the most important thing is saving your in-game currency, and for this video I have exactly 4 different methods that you can try depending on what device you're on and what method you're most comfortable with. So the first method I would highly recommend doing, which I also personally really like, is buying a VIP server if it's possible. So if you have the Robux, it is only 100 Robux, and basically completing the obby and collecting the in-game currency that is at the end of the obby. So when you do collect all the in-game currency, I just recommend waiting like a minute or 2 for it to respawn and collecting it all over again, and basically just repeating that process over and over again. Typically, I like to scroll through TikTok when I'm doing this, or I like to read my book. However, I totally understand that some people are not able to buy VIP servers, so instead I would recommend going into VIP or pro servers to play like you usually would. So I've heard people say that people vote better in those servers, which I guess is true, but personally I don't think it's that big of a difference from a regular server. But if you kind of want to like do more than stand around and you kind of want to play Dress to Impress and farm stars as well, then I suppose this method is much more beneficial than the first method. So moving on, you guys, the third method that I would highly recommend doing is just simply walking around in a free play and collecting the in-game currency that is scattered all over the floor. However, you guys, if you're going to be doing this method, I would highly recommend using the So Julia post from the Brat update, which is completely free only if you play during the Brat collab. If you haven't, then I believe you won't have access to this specific post, which if you don't, that is okay. I recommend doing the death drop, which is in the pop culture post pack, or the splits if you play during the 1 billion visits game update. So the reason why I recommend doing this is simply because the legs on the avatars are kind of slim, so typically whenever I am picking up in-game currency, I tend to miss it and I have to like kind of do a circle back to collect it. However, if you're doing any of these poses, you're more likely to pick up the in-game currency and you're having to waste less time having to go back and collect it again. So the places in the map that I highly recommend you go to get more in-game currency is in the VIP section. In the center, there's usually so much in-game currency just splattered around, but also next to the runway where the chairs are, where the judges are. There is also some in-game currency outside, which people tend to ignore like quite frequently because it is a little bit far. However, guys, there is one problem with this method, which will take me on to the 4th method. So you may find that a lot of people are actually farming inside of free play right now, because we all know that the Halloween update is literally literally around the corner. So I have a solution to find a quote-unquote private free play server for completely free. So what this basically is a way to find a free play server with 1 or 2 people so that you have more in-game currency to collect. However guys, bit of a side note, I did test this out on my tablet and sadly this doesn't work on mobile but only works on PC and laptop. However guys, to find a quote-unquote private free play server or a free play server with like 1 or 2 people, what you want to do is you want to go to Roblox, which is a website that I highly recommend using if you want to keep track of different games and their activity. And don't worry, this website is completely safe. Now in this little search bar right here, you do want to click on it and you want to click on games, and because Dress to Impress is a very popular game, it will be like usually the 4th game on the list, so you can just click on Dress to Impress, or if it's not showing up for you, you can just type in Dress to Impress. So this is how your Rollimon should look like. However, if you scroll down and you click on places, you will find all the different places / base plays connected to Dress to Impress, and the third one should be Dress to Impress free play mode. And when you do click on it and you click on this little blue box right here, it should save you on Roblox. And when you do, you guys, this will be sort of like a gateway to only free play servers, because if you look in the URL right here, you will see that it does say DTI free play mode. All you want to do is you want to scroll down a little bit until you are on the servers category, scroll down, and then where it says number of players descending, you want to click on that and change it to ascending. Then you may notice that there's a bunch of servers with like 1 or maybe 3 people, and you basically want to join some of them. Obviously, because there's less people in that server, there's going to be more in-game currency floating around for you to pick up. However guys, this is a pretty well-known method, so you may have to server hop a few times because people will begin joining, or Roblox will automatically connect a bunch of players to that specific server that you're in. But don't worry guys, there's usually a lot of servers with only like 1 or 3 people that you can join to farm. So if that is the case, don't worry, you can just simply go into servers and join a different one. Being honest with you guys, going to Rollimons and doing this whole method is kind of like lengthy, so I will have the link to the free play mode game in the description box down below. So if you just click on that, it will redirect you directly to this game right here, so you don't have to go through Rollimons and all of that. And the final method I recommend doing is joining farming servers instead of Dress to Impress. Now I'm not going to talk too much about this method because I have made a video dedicated specifically to this method, so it will be linked down below for you guys to check out. However, all this basically is if you have access to a Discord account and you are in the official Dress to Impress Discord server, there's a lot of people posting links to their like Dress to Impress VIP servers to farm, and you can basically join them. Or if you don't have access to Discord, you can actually just join Roblox groups that give you Dress to Impress private farming servers. And here's a few that I personally really recommend and the ones that I have personally used as well. However, if you want more information on this specific method, just be sure to check this video out right here because I go into a very deep dive on how to do this method. So you guys, let me know down below how much in-game currency you have saved up for this update. At the moment, I haven't saved up much because I didn't have time to farm. But besides that, you guys, please remember to take breaks from farming, but also keep yourself hydrated whilst you're doing it, and please prioritize your health and not the game. But I will see you in my next video.